like that we're parked right in front of it.
Yeah.
Over here is the top of the silo. Ooh, great.
Bonfire tonight.
This is where they have bonfires. Can't wait to see it all lit up. You got cute little lights in the tree. Look at all those windmills.
Wind turbines.
Wind turbines?
I believe so.
You can see the oil rigs in the distance. There's our happy little camper. On our way to tour a missile silo.
Yeah, we are.
When you go underground, you'll notice the temperature change. It doesn't matter if it's 110 in the summer or -10 in the winter. It's going to be in the 50s and 60s, sort of like a cave down there. So come on down.
Wait like a month for this.
So here's a button that would buzz you into this room. Electronic locks would unlock the door, and then you would shut the door behind you, pick up a phone, and then look into a camera through a hole, and then you would see your access code. If you set the right code, it would buzz the next door open, and you could go through. If you set the wrong code, you're trapped here. Yeah. Military police can come take you away.
Oh gosh.
This is known as an entrapment room for that purpose. It also works as an airlock. You can feel a breeze coming through. That would stop any contaminated airflow from happening.
Okay.
Here, come on, this one. Next, we come to this 2,000-pound blast door. So there are two of these right here, 1-ton blast doors. These are made from manganese. It has a higher melting point than regular steel. You may have noticed as we came down the stairs, we went around a corner, another corner, another corner. The engineering is such that if an energy wave is coming down, each time it has to stop, it's going to lose up to 10% of its energy. So by the time it gets to the curvature of this door, that would dissipate that energy into these thick concrete walls. So right around the corner, there's a locking mechanism. This would make sure that both doors could not be opened at the same time. So that door had to shut before this door opened. That way the missileers would never be exposed to any danger from outside. You can see there's a hole cut in this door. Something else I have to repair. But this was part of our SALT agreement with the Soviet Union. So Strategic Arms Limitation Treaty. This was just to show that this was a non-operational base. So, here, come on down. I'll show you the top floor where the missileers used to live. This big concrete column. this is just a support column that would hold the bunker in the event of an explosion. You see the handle here? This goes over to the escape hatch that you guys looked at. All the sand would drop down here, then you would hook in a ladder and climb up to the surface. You may notice that the floor is separate from the walls. Originally, this was suspended from the ceiling. So you had air shocks that would stabilize the entire place. You had a lot of sensitive equipment in here. So in the event of an explosion, things may move around a bit. That's why all the electrical conduit is flexible, and even the lights are on springs. So here's a cutaway image of the base.
Yeah.
Now, see how small we are compared to the silo? We're right now in the launch control center on this top floor. This top floor is known as the ready room. This is where the Missileers used to live. So there were bunk beds over here. Over there was a utility closet, a bathroom with a shower, a couple toilets, a urinal and a couple sinks. You had a kitchen, and when they decommissioned this place in 1965, in 66, a salvage company came through and took all of that infrastructure out of there. So it's just a big cavernous room. They filled it up with about 70 feet of water, and then they left the doors open for a period of time. That way, when the spy satellites went overhead, they would see the reflection in the water and know that it was a decommissioned base. That way, this would not be a target anymore. Right. Next, I'm going to take us down to the lower level where the launch control room was, and then we're going to go through the tunnel and look down into the silo. So originally, there were 9 floors which held the missile in place, as you can see in this image. And then when the doors would open up and the elevator would lift it up, there was a deflector shield that would send the flames off to the side so they wouldn't shoot back out. Come on downstairs, I'll show you some more.
Yeah, so yeah.
So here is the original launch control desk. Unfortunately, they gutted it. Originally, this desk was located over here. I moved it out of the way because I was using a cutting torch to cut out all the metal for the plumbing to the bathroom and kitchen. So far, I've hauled out about 15,000 pounds of metal up those stairs and off to recycling. I know that because they weighed it at the recycling.
Yeah.
So you see this red box? This is where the launch codes were kept. So it took 2 Missileers to open this up. Each had their own combination lock. That way no one person ever had access to those codes. So it's not like the movies where you see 2 people turning a key at the same time. This is 2 people to get access to this. Now, you can still see an imprint under the ceiling and down at the floor, everywhere where it's painted orange. There were walls that I ripped out. So back here, there was an office. Over here, there was a backup battery room. And this whole side over here was used for computers and communications equipment. It's pretty incredible seeing the advances in technology. You know, it took an entire room to have less computing power than our phones nowadays. So. Maybe wondering about that. That's where I did my Ninja Warrior training. Now, here, come on this way. I'll show you guys the actual silo. Now, if you look over here, you'll see these pipes going up. They say sewage discharge and sewer vent. So the lowest section of the building was down here. That's where all the sewage went to, and then it was pumped out. Watch your head here. This is the low entryway. When I bought this door was welded shut. So guests had to crawl through that opening to the side if they wanted to get back here. It was so sketchy, but people still did it.
Oh, of
right?
course, yeah.
So you can see this is a tray that was used for wires that were run through here, and this pipe right here is what pumped in fresh air into this tunnel. You see these glass doors? Come on, buddy. Similar to the blast doors that we saw upstairs, but instead of protecting from a rocket from outside, this was to protect from our own rocket blowing up. So they used liquid oxygen and kerosene as a mixture for the fuel propellant, and it was highly volatile. And so the engineers, in doing the math, they figured these two doors weren't enough, and they put in that third door as an afterthought.
Okay.
When I bought this door was shut and locked and rusted shut. So you can see my climbing gear. I crawled through an opening to the side for wires, swung around to this platform and cut the locks off and got the door open for you guys.
Awesome.
But,
That's awesome.
as you step in there, if you take a look up, you'll see the blast doors that we were standing on at the beginning of the tour. You'll also see some ductwork for the fresh air exchange that was brought down here. You'll see springs on the side of the walls. Those were used to hold the 9 floors and the crib which held the missile in place. So if there was an explosion at the surface, things may shake a bit, but everything would be safe. And if you look down and to the left, just underneath one of the springs, you'll see a chamber attached to the side of the wall. Now that was called the celestial chamber. There's a tube that goes up to the surface, and you could align by the North Star to get the navigational system all correct for the rocket. And then it's about 80 feet down to where the water is. And I estimate there's about 70 feet of water, or about 1.3 million gallons of water down there. So here, take a step up and take a look. So I've been down to that celestial chamber twice now. Once with the History Channel, I went rappelling down there, and then once with a friend.
Almost got in the back seat. That looks comfortable.
Just lay down, yell passenger every 5 minutes.